Hey Ed, it's time to start the video. What are you doing?
Hi, honey. I was looking for the spaghetti because you told me a couple of weeks ago, someday I'm going to make you something different, spaghetti pie. Well, guess what? Today's the day.
You are right. Today's the day. Spaghetti pie. Bring it on in, honey.
Here it is, baby.
Okay, let's get started, hon.
All right.
So yeah, everybody, Ed's a happy camper. We're making spaghetti pie today. Hi, everybody. Welcome to my kitchen. Welcome to Karen's Sizzle and Spice. I'm excited about this one. I have made it several times, but Ed has never tried it. Can't quite picture what I'm talking about, but this is actually kind of like a pie with spaghetti, and you can cut it just like pizza. It's awesome. So this is what we're gonna need today. We're gonna need 1 box of spaghetti. We're gonna use a little bit of heavy cream. We'll use salt and pepper, of course. We'll be using some mozzarella cheese. We're gonna need a little bit of Pam spray for our pan. We're gonna use pesto. Now this is my homemade pesto from the freezer. I put enough of this stuff in my freezer for all winter long. Ugh, I love this. Smell it, Ed.
Oh, yeah.
It's fantastic. It reminds me of the summer, but if you don't have homemade pesto, you can buy it in your market, no problem. I'm gonna use some sun-dried tomatoes. I'm gonna use a little bit of bell pepper. We'll be using Parmesan cheese. I'm gonna use about half a pound of Italian sausage that I've already cooked. We'll need 4 eggs and some garlic. Let's get this one started. So friends, be sure that you always click on the title of my video. First of all, you're gonna see a description of what I'm making this day, and then below there is my Facebook page and my Instagram accounts, my links. Make sure you go to my Facebook and give it a like. I do a lot of giveaways and they're always on Facebook. And also on that page, if you scroll down a little further, you'll see all the absolutely necessary kitchen gadgets that I use in my kitchen. So if you want to get them for yourself, you can just click on the link there and it'll take you right to Amazon where you can shop for those items. So if you like the videos that you're seeing, make sure you click on thumbs up. That's kind of an indication for me to know that you guys are liking what I'm making. Also, if you have any suggestions on foods that I have not made that you'd like to see me make, just put those suggestions right into the comments down below my video. To get us started today, I'm gonna cook my pasta first. I have a big pot of boiling water here. I'm gonna put a little bit of salt in here. Love how that bubbles up when I do that. And I'm gonna take my box of spaghetti here. I'm using a whole box. I'm just gonna get it into my pot here. I'm gonna give it a little bit of stir. This will only take about 6 minutes. Friends, for this dish, I'm using my biggest Emerald Lagasse pan. This one's good for the stove top and I can put it right into the oven. I'm gonna put a good coat of spray Pam on here because I don't want this pizza, this spaghetti pie, to stick at all. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chop up some of my ingredients that I'm gonna put into this spaghetti pie. You can put really anything you like in here, but just be careful that whatever you're using isn't too wet. Because if it's too wet or too large, you're gonna have a hard time slicing this like a pizza pie. So I'm using just about a half a pound of Italian sausage that I've already cooked, and I'm gonna cut it into pretty small pieces. Again, I don't wanna have a hard time cutting this spaghetti pie. My pasta just took 7 minutes on the stovetop. I'm gonna drain it now into my colander here. I love this colander. You guys have seen it before. It's so easy to clean, to store, and to use. And I love that the food is not sitting at the bottom of my sink. It's right here to drain. Here we go. Whew, that's hot. Okay. And for this recipe, I want to rinse this spaghetti in cold water. because we're going to use egg as a binder in here, and I don't want the egg to start cooking before I even put it in the oven. So some nice cold water. Okay friends, now that I have my pasta draining and I've rinsed it with cold water, I'm going to get the rest of my ingredients ready. This is how I cut into a bell pepper. These are still left from my garden, so that's pretty exciting. I'm going to cut these very small as well because I'm not going to pre-cook them, and I want to make sure that they have a chance to cook inside the oven. I'm using 2 big cloves of garlic in this spaghetti pie, and I like to just press it right into another ingredient so I don't miss any bit of it when I move it. Yum, yum, yum. Can you smell that, Eddie?
Yeah, it smells great.
Really good. I'm going to use quite a bit of sun-dried tomatoes. Ed loves these things. Again, I'm going to chop these up really well. Nice and small. You can see why I like this big board, because I can chop all my ingredients, move them over, and just keep chopping. I love this thing. And friends, do you think there's ever too much cheese like in a spaghetti pie? I don't think so. I'm gonna grate some Parmesan fresh here until we get about 2 cups here. Ever too much cheese, Eddie?
Never.
I didn't think so. All right, I have all my mise en place ready to go. That's just all my ingredients ready to throw into this fantastic spaghetti pie. I'm just cracking 4 eggs. 4 eggs will be the binder. This is what's going to keep that spaghetti pie together. So I'm putting in 4 eggs here. Going to give this a good whisk. All right, I'm going to add my other ingredients here. I'm using about 1.5 cups of heavy cream. This container is 2 cups. There we go. Can always add a little bit more if you feel the need. I'll show you what the consistency of this is with the spaghetti. I'm going to add in this fantastic pesto. I love basil, and I love basil pesto. It smells heavenly in here. Oh yeah. I'm using, this is probably about almost 1 cup. If you don't like pesto that much, you know, use a little bit less, but this adds such a tremendous flavor to this dish. Look at how beautiful this is looking. Lovely. Just beautiful. All right, I'm going to add that 2 cups of Parmesan that I grated. I'm adding my bell pepper with the garlic. I'm adding my sun-dried tomatoes and my sausage, Italian sausage here. Basically everything that I had on my cutting board here. I'm going to add a little bit of salt. Parmesan cheese has quite a bit of salt in it, so don't overdo it. You can always add it, you know, on your plate when you're having this. I'm going to add a little pepper because I love pepper. And have you seen my pepper grinder? I love this thing. I got this as a gift. I have a pepper and a salt grinder. You turn it over, there's batteries in it. I don't even have to twist it, and the pepper comes right out. Is this smell wafting up to you, Eddie?
Yes, it is.
You're gonna love this spaghetti pie. It's fantastic. Okay, the only other thing that I did not add to this yet is my mozzarella cheese before the pasta. This bag is about 2 cups. I'm gonna use about half of it, and I'll put some of this on top of the spaghetti pie as well. Okay, so that's about half. Give this a good stir. Oh my goodness, it smells wonderful in here. All right, let me walk over to get my pasta now that I've had draining over here. And we're just gonna dump the whole thing into the bowl here. There we go, a spaghetti dump. Yahoo! Gonna give this another good stir. My oven is set to 350, ready to go for this. This is gonna take about half an hour or so in the oven. At the end of baking this, if you like, you can put it under the broiler. It'll get nice and brown and bubbly and delicious. You can see the consistency of this now is pretty nice and thick. Now you don't want it too watery because you want to be able to slice this like a pizza pie when it comes out of the oven. So now that I've got everything incorporated in here, I'm just gonna dump it right into my prepared pan here. Look at that. If you guys could smell my kitchen, it's pretty darn heavenly, isn't it, Eddie?
Sure is.
Yum. Are you anxious to try this?
I am.
Oh, it's gonna be good. Look at that goodness. It's gonna be fantastic. I can't wait to get this out of the oven for the tasting. But I'm just gonna take like another cup of mozzarella here and I'm gonna add it to the top of this spaghetti bake. No kidding, you guys are gonna love this. Your kids are gonna love that you can slice it just like pizza. Alrighty, my oven's at 350. I'm gonna get this in there. This will probably take about 30 to 40 minutes. Again, it depends on how brown you want it. The topping will get a little crispy. It's gonna be fantastic. So, whoa, that's heavy. I'm glad it's got 2 handles on here. Put it right in the oven. And we'll be back in about half an hour and I'll check that spaghetti pie. Well, let's try it again.
All right.
This is gonna be funny. Just
looking at all of these takes.
let's try it again, honey.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna start.
What do you call this part of the video? What we're doing?
Take 2. Is that what you want to say?
No.
What do you want to say?
What is this?
The closing?
Closing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do it for the laughs. I say, okay, closing. Take 4.
Okay. I don't know if you guys can hear, but I have Frank Sinatra on playing Summer Wind.
Yeah, my favorite.
Yeah, one of Ed's favorite songs, and it is his favorite song. It kind of makes us think back on how we first met. You know, some of you have asked about our relationship, and we seem like we're so much in love because, you know, we are.
We are.
It's the second time around for both of us, and we're really so lucky to have met because Ed is from New York. He lived on Long Island all his life, and I'm from the Chicago area. So we met online, would you believe, playing Scrabble. And the story of our relationship, still, it just brings tears to my eyes because it was just so romantic. And because I didn't want to forget a single detail of our romance as I got older. So I wrote some things down and I actually ended up writing a book called Words to Love By. It's the story of Eddie and I and how we met.
Yeah, when I look at this cover, you see the words, it looks like Scrabble tiles. That's where we met, Scrabble, on the computer. Everybody thought maybe we were on a dating service. No, I'm not into that.
Wow, I can still remember the first time I met Karen when she picked me up at the airport. I am such a lucky guy. I knew I had to woo her. And you know what? 12 years later, I'm still wooing her. And she deserves it. I love her.
New York.
And so many of you were, once I wrote the first book, so many people wanted to know more about my history before Ed and why I'm just so incredibly grateful to be living with this man now. So I wrote a second book called Dark Secrets No More. It's about the story before Eddie of my life. So these are both available in paperback and Kindle edition on Amazon. I'll leave the link for these in the description of this video. So I hope you enjoy. Thanks for listening.
Thanks. Love you.
Mwah. Okay. It's been about 30 minutes and I want to take a look at this spaghetti pie to see how it looks. It's so great this thing has 2 handles on it. Otherwise, it's pretty hard to carry. Come on over here and get little close-up of this, Ed. You see how the cheese is melty and how it's nice and bubbly over here? It's beautiful. I can't wait to eat this, but you know what? I'm going to put it under the broiler for just a couple minutes. Let me put the oven on broil. Because I want it to turn a little brown and crispy on the top. You can add more cheese at this time, and you could eat it this way, or you could make it a little browner as well, whatever you prefer. So I'll put this back in for just a couple minutes. And remember, when you put something in the broiler to brown the top, don't walk away, because you might destroy your dish. It can go from crispy to burnt really fast. So I'm going to keep a close watch on this, and I'll show you what it looks like in a few minutes. I'm just laughing to myself because I almost let it go too long. I was chatting with Ed. Thank God I caught it in time. But look at how gorgeous this is, guys. Look how beautiful. Nice and golden brown. In order to have this sliced beautifully, we're going to wait about 10 minutes. We'll let it sit here for 10 minutes and we'll be back. We're going to see how easy this comes out of here. Last time I made it, it came out so beautifully easy. Let's see if it happens again, if we get that lucky. I'm just using this because I don't want to use anything sharp on my nonstick pan. Here it is, the moment of truth. Here we go. Sometimes the first piece is always the hardest, but look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. Look at that. You guys, this smells and looks fantastic.
It certainly does.
Go ahead and try it, hon.
All
See what
right.
you think. Tell me what you think. You've never had this before.
No.
I have, but it's been a long time since I made it. What do you think?
Mm. Wow.
Mm. 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 Mm.
Mm.
The flavor is incredible.
It is.
I love a dish where, you know, you start to taste one flavor and then you start to taste
Right.
another. You can taste the Parmesan. The pesto is like dynamite.
Yeah, that's what I taste first, the pesto.
And lots of cheesy goodness. This thing is fantastic. You guys have got to try this. I hope it becomes one of your new family's favorites. Be sure to subscribe and check my page often, check my channel often for new videos. And we're going to sign out and give you all a cheers to all of you. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Happy eating to you and happy cooking. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Mmm. We do love our martinis, don't we?
Yeah.
Enjoy, honey.
Thank you.
Love you.
All right, I will.
Wow, this is so delicious. But you know what? I'm even thinking about dinner tonight. It's going to be even better with the meatloaf, too.
Oh, you don't mind having it with dinner again?
Oh, hell no. I could even have it for a snack in the middle.
Okay, I'm glad you love it, hon.
I love it.
Love you.
Love you.